Now on Denver 7 News at 5. After 23 hours of debate, a bill protecting abortion and other reproductive rights is moving forward, but not without a fight.
If you'll allow me without haranguing or interruption, I'll continue.
We're hearing from multiple perspectives on what both sides consider a core issue. Marshall Fire victims are tired of waiting. Today's protest over debris removal delays and the legal battle bogging it all down.
I love the dancing, I love the music, I love the crowd. The parade is wonderful.
Downtown Denver is getting green again. After a 2-year pause, the St. Patrick's Day parade is making up for lost time. Good evening, and thank you for joining us for Denver 7 News at 5. I'm Jacqueline Allen. In a rare Saturday session, a bill to guarantee abortion access in Colorado is now moving forward, but Republicans put up quite a fight. Debate during the second reading for the Reproductive Health Equity Act lasted 23 hours, starting yesterday morning and just wrapping up this morning, complete with plenty of tense moments on the House floor like this one.
In this book, it references a baby. Your baby has begun to take shape.
So, Representative Holtorf, we're not talking about any book. I direct you to the bill, please.
Okay, to the bill. We know there's life when there's a heartbeat. And I look at the bill for the book for a reference, but I'm not going to mention the book. I'll just mention the contents and the language of the book.
If it relates to the bill,
it absolutely will, Mr. Chair. If you'll allow me without haranguing or interruption, I'll continue. Oh, what about the baby? Oh.
Representative Holtorf. Representative Holtorf.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
That was not to the bill. You were harassing members of the body from the well.
And they aren't harassing me?
Representative Holtorf. Committee will be in brief recess.
This bill now goes to a third reading for the House Monday before it goes to the Senate. We're hearing big responses from both sides. The Colorado GOP Chairwoman Christy Burton Brown writes she's proud of the members of her party who fought the bill. She goes on to write, "We are the pro-life party and freedom begins with the freedom to live. Equal rights are not equal until they extend to every human being. We will never stop working to protect the rights of the unborn." Democratic Representative Meg Froelich writes in part, "We are protecting abortion rights in Colorado and we're not backing down." She goes on to write, "This bill protects our rights to safe reproductive care for generations to come." While lawmakers debated inside, both pro-life and pro-choice supporters gathered outside. Catholic groups say this bill is too radical, while pro-choice groups say it's a necessary protection.
This is the pro-life generation. Colorado does not want to be the most radical abortion state in the country. We're making that clear today, and we're going to continue to make it clear as we move through the political process.
It's basically a preemptive protected measure to codify legal abortion in the state of Colorado. So when Roe v. Wade probably gets overturned, when the Supreme Court hears the case out of the South, that will be safe and protected here in Colorado.
All right, so for some context, this bill guarantees a person's right to use or not use contraception. It affirms abortions are legal in the state, and it prohibits state and local entities from denying, interfering with, or discriminating against someone who has had an abortion. Now, a final vote is expected in the next week in the House, and it will then move on to the Senate. Democrats are the majority in both chambers, so there is little question that it will pass. You might recall the reason Democrats introduced this bill is because the Supreme Court could reverse its decision on Roe v. Wade. Justices will soon decide on a case out of Mississippi whether bans on abortion before a fetus is able to survive outside the womb can be constitutional. Mississippi's law bans abortions at 15 weeks of pregnancy. Medical experts generally consider fetal viability to be around 23 to 24 weeks. 2 months after the Marshall Fire, people are still waiting to get debris off their properties and to start the rebuilding process. And now the program being held up by legal battles. Denver 7's Rob Harris is live in Louisville, where Rob, people are again voicing their frustrations.
Yeah, Jacqueline, and there was a pretty decent sized crowd out here at the Louisville Arboretum today. And what's really powerful about being out here is that you can still see and literally smell the remnants of the Marshall Fire. On either side of this park, you can see the destroyed homes. You can even see some of the charred grass here at the park. And that's the main thing that the folks who came out here to protest today want to see change. As you mentioned, it's being held up by this Diggs lawsuit. And when that was mentioned at the protest, I want you to hear their response.
A frivolous lawsuit.
Yes, the people out here today had one main message. They say that this lawsuit and the Diggs organization behind it do not represent them. They say they want and need to get the cleanup started now so they can get back to their homes as soon as possible.
It's toxic, right? Our home had our car in it still, and our car is a puddle. That's not great for the environment. It's not great for our neighbors, and I really am so frustrated that we're not able to clean up.
And many of the people I talked to today have been living out of hotels or with friends or family for months now. They don't have an end in sight, and they say it's been especially hard on their kids. In fact, several of the families I talked to today say to this day they avoid entire streets in this area because they don't want to drive their kids by what used to be their house or one of the buildings they used to go to. They say that's very traumatic for them. Now, we reached out to an attorney representing the Diggs organization behind this lawsuit, but as of now, we have not heard back. Jacqueline?
Thank you very much, Rob. Yesterday, we did hear from Boulder County leaders about these legal battles. They say commissioners, in fact, did their due diligence in choosing a contractor, and survivors will be financially and emotionally damaged by these further delays. Both Superior and Louisville City Council will meet this week to talk about the debris removal agreement with the county. Superior will also discuss a new nonprofit to advocate for residents. It's called Superior Rising. In Louisville, there's also a first reading of 2 ordinances to opt fire victims out of certain building codes. And tomorrow afternoon, you can enjoy some music while supporting these families who need help after the Marshall Fire. This is El Local Fandango, the ZZ Top cover band. They'll be performing at the Marshall Stock concert. This event is the 4th in a series of benefit concert organized by the band's drummers, Tim Elliott. He says this weekend's concert has a little something for everyone.
There's a ZZ Top tribute. There is Purple Rainbow, who does a tribute to Deep Purple and Rainbow. Bad Colorado, which does a Bad Company tribute. Halfway There, which does a Bon Jovi tribute. And then there's a band called Soundbite that just does a variety of rock covers.
And you can catch Tim's band and, as you heard, the 4 others tomorrow at the venue on Cortez Street in Denver starting at noon. No cover charge, but donations for wildfire relief would be greatly appreciated. At least 50 homeowners in a Green Valley Ranch neighborhood are facing foreclosure because they failed to pay HOA fines and fees. Well, today, Denver officials and housing professionals held a Q&A. Denver 7's Patrick Perez was there as people sought some desperately needed answers.
It was a packed house here at the Green Valley Ranch Recreation Center full of homeowners who are concerned about those HOA foreclosures. Not only do they want to know more about any financial assistance, they also want to see a change in state law. A packed room full of frustration and anger.
It is inherently evil to take somebody's home because of a fine.
District 11 Councilmember Stacy Gilmore led a conversation inside the Green Valley Ranch Rec Center Saturday as concerned homeowners looked on.
I am not about nickeling and diming people because at the end of the day, you are all paying for the accountants, you're paying for the lawyers who are levying these fines against you.
Denver 7 reported on Thursday dozens of homeowners are facing foreclosure for failing to pay HOA fines or fees. The Department of Housing Stability says out of the 119 citywide HOA foreclosures in 2021, nearly half came from an HOA in Green Valley Ranch.
It's very concerning that we're seeing possibly 50 out here in our neighborhood, and in other parts of the city, it's less than 5.
Among the frustrated crowd, Gil Gonzalez Ramos. His HOA fines amounted to about $5,000, but ballooned up to $20,000 in late fees and lawyers' fees.
I never thought that me or our family not paying those fines would lead to the point where we're at now, where we lost our home.
Even newer residents like Aiden O'Rourke, who moved to GVR about 10 months ago, are concerned about the lack of communication.
We've never received any emails, mail, notices from the homeowners. We don't know who they are, how to find them, how to contact them.
Understandably, those at Saturday's meeting want less talk and more immediate action.
This is an emergency. How come everybody's not here today? Were our state reps, were they invited to come out as well? Because it's about changing these laws as well.
Councilmember Gilmore hopes to meet with a state legislator on Tuesday to discuss any possible solutions. Patrick Perez, Denver 7.
All right, and we reached out to Master Homeowners Association of Green Valley Ranch to get a response about some of these claims, but they have not responded to our requests for comments. Nuggets fans do not have to wear masks tonight inside Ball Arena as the team takes on the Toronto Raptors. Kroenke Sports dropped its COVID policies just today for Ball Arena and the Paramount Theater. You'll also no longer have to show proof of vaccination or a recent negative test for entry. The St. Patrick's Day Parade made its shamrock-filled return to downtown Denver today. Denver 7's Christian Lopez talked to parade goers about the hope for a little extra good luck this year.
The Denver St. Patrick's Day Parade got the green light to return after 2 unlucky years. People are having a great time. You can hear them cheering and celebrating, all decked out in green. The weather is also beautiful out. You may remember the St. Patrick's Day Parade was one of the first events canceled when the pandemic hit back in 2020. So for many people out here today, they're celebrating a lot more than just a parade.
I love the dancing, I love the music, I love the crowd. The parade is wonderful. It's one of the best parades I've ever been to.
Cherie and Jason Steffens have been bringing their daughters to the parade ever since they were little. What was it like not being able to attend this event with the pandemic?
She cried, literally probably for months, and it's horrible for her because this is the one holiday that she loves and looks forward to, and this is the one event that she loves, and it killed her for 2 years to not have it.
And for others, this year marked the start of a new tradition.
I am so excited. This is our first experience, so we are looking forward to seeing all the action.
I love your outfit. You're all decked out. How excited are you for the parade?
I'm super excited. This is my first time. I'm from St. Louis.
Many hoping the good luck is here to stay.
Just feels like things are getting back to normal, so it's really nice to see that.
In Denver, Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
They are having a lot of fun. All right, Russian troops inching closer to Ukraine's capital. We are getting some new satellite images of the destruction in one of the country's major cities. Get ready to lose an hour of sleep. We start daylight saving time tomorrow, and we've got some tips on how to make the big spring forward just a little easier.
And after highs in the 50s and 60s today, it'll be a nice quiet night tonight with overnight lows in the low 30s. But we have some changes taking place here over the next couple of days. I'll tell you exactly what's going on with the 7-day forecast coming up.